Hey guys, it's Edwin Moles. This is Tangerang versus Redline, Game 3, Round 2 of the PSUP LOL in-house 1v1 tournament. Looks like we have another spectator for Kennen. Same one as the first game, Sunkist, playing as Revive, Smite, Katarina. Very good pick. Anyway, so Tangerang took the first game against Redline in the first game. And then opposite performance there in the second game, Cho'Gath on Redline, Quad 7, taking the game against Caitlyn on Tangerang. So now we're at a 1-1 situation. This is the tiebreaker. We have Kennen versus Nasus. Very interesting. Kennen, a long-range hero with a lot of ability to harass and sustain himself in lane. Not having a mana pool makes him a great champion to just sit forever and farm. Pulling out with a Flash Ignite, a very aggressive build on Kennen. Nasus, a really sustainy champion. Very little melee. However, Wither is extremely powerful with bringing Teleport, Exhaust. Exhaust would be great against Kennen, although once he gets on top of you, it's kind of hard to get him off anyway. Nasus is kind of a slower to get rolling champion than Kennen, so basically this game is going to be dependent on the length of the game. If Kennen can kill Nasus before he hits quote-unquote critical mass and starts farming up his Q and he's kind of this impenetrable defensive force, then Kennen's going to have a hard time killing him. However, with Flash Ignite, Kennen has a good chance of catching Nasus early and just, flat out killing him. The range from Kennen on both his basic attacks and his Q going to be dealing a lot of damage. So Kennen having boots and 3-pots, boots just for general navigating, general movement speed. Navigating? Sound like an idiot. Anyway, landing Q's better. He's better with the Q's. 3-pots, of course, giving a lot of sustain. Can't see Nasus' items yet. We'll see in a second here. Nasus hasn't shown up. But the Teleport, Exhaust, I think that Nasus knows that this is going to be a hard lane. He's planning on backing and then teleporting back in. He's planning on not being able to deal with the first wave of Kennen's presence in lane. So he wants to, get some farm up his Q a little bit, maybe back into some Magic Resist, some maybe Merc Treads, or something like Sheen to do more damage. We'll see. Anyway, so Tangerang coming out. There's Nasus. Nasus has a health regen and health potion. So he's planning on going to a Philosopher's Stone. That's why he brought the teleport. That's actually strong synergy. Getting a quick gold per 10 with teleport and having mana and health regen. There comes out the Q for Kennen. Nice Q and a basic attack. Already dealing a lot of damage to Nasus. Should regen it pretty decently quickly. But note that 15 health regen over 5 seconds. Is strong, but in comparison to a pot, over the first, let me do some quick math here. 5 seconds times, it's not a good idea. Times 12, there we go. 5 seconds times 12 is not important. Anyway, 3 health potions on Kennen is going to regen health a lot faster over the first couple of minutes of a game than a health regen pendant will. So Tangerang already having a lot of lanes presence. Between the health regen pendant and the health pot for Nasus, he is back up at full, but he's got 0 pots left. Kennen has 3 pots. There comes a missed Q, but 2 basic attacks for Kennen. Kennen's basic attack proc is up, chooses not to use it on Nasus. There's a basic attack. Here comes out the E for Nasus, trying to push back that big stack. Kennen taking a lot of instant damage from minions, but a big stack for Kennen, going to do some damage to the tower. First pot comes out for Kennen. Again, mostly due to the instant damage from minions back there. Probably unnecessary. Q misses. Nasus not taking any damage. Taking some instant damage from minions. And leveling up to level 3. So now they're the equal levels. There's the proc basic attack from Kennen. Can he get off the... There it is. The W or E? I can't remember, actually. Oh, I can see. W. Yeah, there we go. This is a recast, of course. These raw replays were captured by Tangerang in-game as he played them. Comes out the E for Nasus, getting Kennen quite low, actually. Nasus' mana pool suffering somewhat from the spamming of those E's, but Kennen forced to pop his second pot. See, Nasus taking another round of damage from Kennen's proc basic attack and W. And he W's in, or he E's in, excuse me, but without the W to follow it up, still on cooldown. Nasus just trying to Q those minions, farm that up. Too bad I can't see how many Qs he has. Let's check out the stats for Tangerang. Tangerang building 9021 looks like with, ooh, interesting. Might be 921. He definitely has runes for spell penetration and 15% from masteries from the offensive tree. There's an E and he's got the W. Can he get the stun off with Q or a basic attack? No, it does not look like he can. Kennen still has 1 pot left. And the health is starting to look in his favor. Nasus pushing back the wave, actually doing good damage. Getting There's the... Oh, nope, that was on a minion. There's the E in. Gets some W's. Where's the Q? There's the Q stun. Basic attack. Doing a lot of damage. He's got Flash and Ignite when his cooldowns come back. Oh, a lot of instant damage from that cannon carry. Nasus in a bad way, honestly. With all of Kennen's... Oh, watch out for the E. Is he going to E in? Levels up Q. He E's in. He hits Nasus. He gets the W up. There's the exhaust with the Ignite. He's got the Q up. He can Q and basic attack. Good game. Oh, no. Second basic attack. I called it too early. Wow, that was an interesting dance. A good game from Tangerang and Redline both. That was a fun series to watch. So that brings us to round 3, and we'll be starting that this week. So hopefully we'll have some awesome replays from round 3 for you guys to watch soon. And in any case, thanks to both players, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.